Hey guys, it's Sandy from Two Fat Birds Creative, and in front of me today you see a flat canvas, and this is gonna be what we're working on today. I have never poured resin onto a canvas, so this is gonna be fun. This is actually part of the Summerside Horror collaboration by April at Dragons and Dresses. So this is gonna be a seaside horror beach scene. And the first thing we are going to do is put some paint down. Now, I'm not doing a paint pour or anything like that. I'm just wanting to put a background of paint on it just to get it a little bit more color other than just the resin going down. So, yeah. So first we'll use some of this brown down here. It's going to kind of be the beach area. I don't want to go too dark with this. I'm just doing a real thin layer here. And we'll fast forward through this part. And then the upper part, we're just going to put a blue down. Kind of just to help it along. Very messy here. Oh, okay. So look at that. My brush just fell apart. We're going to set that one off to the side here. Get a baby wipe to clean my thumbs. And we're going to look for another brush. Alright, got a new brush here. I'm saving this one over here for the blue. Get it all in here. This is not a very soft brush. I must have used something else with this one. But again, we're just doing it to give it a little light background color for the beach. And I may do a little white over it just to calm down that brown a little bit. I'm going to do it like a little bay. All right. Brown down. And I do have some white. That's not white, that's metallic black. I just put some white up here on my palette, my whatever you call it, mat. And so just moving some white in here just to lighten it a little bit. All right, that's good. And next we're going to use a couple different blues. I've got this Americana, Desert Turquoise, and then this Artist Loft Metallic Blue. The white I used was a Liquitex Basic Acrylic. So we got that light blue in there. And now we are going to put down some of the... Oh, it's metallic blue. All right, well, it's the only darker blue that I have. And then we'll mix this up here. Mix it into the other. Like I said, this does not need to be perfect because it is just, it's just a base. Oops, I just got some white in there. Trying to get some of that off of there. Little white caps out there. I don't know, this is probably not going to be seen, but that's all right. Just having fun putting paint down on here. And the next thing we just got to do is let it dry. We are going to use the Bond Craftor casting powder today. I want to make some bones. This is for the Seaside Horror. So we're going to do that today. These other things are just some mushrooms I've got that I'm going to save for another project. So you can disregard those for now. And we are just going to worry about getting some of these little bones made up. All right, let's get going. So the casting powder is a 10-to-3, 10 parts powder to 3 parts water. I'm not using a whole bunch here because these are very small. So we're just going to do just a little bit of powder here. Okay, so we're going to do, well, we'll round that to 30 parts powder. And then we're going to do 9 grams of water. And this powder, this casting compound sets up fast. So you only have, after stirring, 3 to 5 minutes to get it poured, get it colored, before it starts setting on you. I do like it because there's very little clumps in here. So let me see if I can just make a little spout so we can pour it in that way. In there, a little drop. I know those ones freak people out, these ones. Just pour the rest in here. Or not, and pour the rest over here. And then we will just let these cure up. I got a little hair right there. And I'm going to color these later. So, and if they break, that is fine. I don't need them to be whole pieces. Because, you know, it's Seaside Horror. That's fine. All right, we're going to leave all that to cure. And we'll come back a little bit later once she's done. Alrighty, here is our little bones and skulls. Oh, that's fun. Tiny that is, but yet how detailed it got. Crazy. More little bones. And just random pieces. There we go with that one. I think these will look pretty good in what I have planned. Not all of them, like I'm not going to be using these ones, just maybe the skulls and these like femur I don't know what kind of bones they are. I'm just going to call them femur. But yeah, I think those will work great in what I have planned. And then the rest is just getting all of this out. All right. Stay tuned for the next part of what I've got going on for this seaside horror. There's another one. A little tiny one. All right. We'll be back later. All right, guys. Here are the little tiny sharks. So let's get them popped out. Oh, very nice. Ooh, they sparkle too. Again, this mold came from Oddity Abyss. Check them out if you haven't. She's has some pretty awesome mold creations. All right, we'll be back. And round 2 of our sharks. Oh, I put some black and red German glass glitter from Meyer Imports into here, so you can see all that it all fell to the bottom in that red color. That's fun. Yes, I like that a lot. Bad sharks, bad sharks. Oh, and did you all know that it was the 50th anniversary of Jaws this year? So that's a little fun tidbit. I actually don't think I've ever seen Jaws all the way through. I was 1 when it came out. So. Alrighty. See you in a bit. Alright, so our little beach scene here is ready. Probably so you can see it, I need to move it backwards. There we go. See, I've just got some little bones on there. I put a couple in here with some ink. This is the acrylic ink in Scarlett from Mont, however you say it. And so we're just not flip that way, want it flipped the right way. Doing that. You'll see I had made these little bones, and we'll get this guy over here. And then I've just been painting with the little dropper. Just kind of getting some blood on them. Get it flip back over. My little droppers doesn't seem to want to be picking up, and I got this little skull right there. So we got a bloody little beach scene here. We're going to let those dry, and then we're going to stick them down, and we're going to put some other things on here when we get back. I am going to use some Gorilla Clear Grip, and I am going to actually get these guys glued down. I won't make you watch me while I do that. May just do one. Like this little skull over here. This little baby skull. He goes this way. Oh, no. There we go. And we shall get a little bit of glue on. And we'll just stick it right there. And then I'll do the rest. So we've glued down our pieces here. We've got our sharks. And some of them, I don't think you can tell just because it's a little dark in here. Some of them are, let me see if I can get a light. There we go. Some of them have red on them. Just thought it'd be fun to try to give that little blood effect on them. And then we've got all of our bones and skulls. And what is that skull? That's weird. And did it with some red ink and some black mica, just to kind of give it like a gross solidifying blood look. And the next thing we're going to do is put resin over the top, and we're going to try to do some bloody waves. And we'll be back. For me, I'll do that in the morning. For you, it's 1 second. In my excitement to do this, I forgot to hit record. All I did was just pour some more, just 1-to-1 epoxy on here. Just so I can have my nice working base here. And I'm just moving it out to the edges. This is the same thing I did with the fast cure. Just this time I am using the Bond Craftor 1-to-1 epoxy resin. Just trying to, like I said, move it out and get everything covered with it. Luckily now I have a much longer working time. And I am not covering all of the bones over with resin. I'll get some spots, maybe where the blood is. Get a little bit more of a wet look. But that's about all. Just want to make sure we get it all. The edges. If you watch the Food Network, you'll hear Chef Morrow say, crust to crust is a must. So it's like the edges here. Can you think of anything out there? Edge to edge. Not off the ledge. I have no idea. Alright, so there we go. We got the edges now covered. I do have still a little bit left. I'm just gonna go over the sides here. Try and just paint a little bit on those. A little bit up there. I did put a coat of latex on the back of this, so hopefully that'll Alright. This little guy here, we're going to use for the foam. Foam? See? Waves. That's the word I'm looking for. Waves. And I am going to use Pouring Your Heart Out Julie Cut's balloon paste for this. And I'll do hello. Let's do that much in there. Wipe the top off so it'll come out easy next time. And I'm just gonna grab a stick. This is gonna be way too much, but that's okay. I've got other plans for it. Alright, so now I'm gonna drop let's see what we can get. Gonna be louder here because I got my heat gun. I just don't know where my little shield is and my direction pointer for it. Okay, so we've got a little bit, tiny bit of cell action going. Not a huge amount. I'm actually going to add a hint of ocean white into it and see if that helps. I did literally just a teeny tiny drop. And definitely pushing it off on the back side. So I think we're just going to really make one little change here. Yeah, it just doesn't want to break up at all. I wonder if I just added too much. We're going to cheat and see what happens. Although first I see a little hair. Hair of the dog. Well, let me try to get that out. Let's see what we do now. There we go. When in doubt, pull out your alcohol. All right. How are we going to get blood on here? I think I want to find some alcohol ink. I've got Sugarlight. This is the first time I ever tried to do any type of beach wave action. And I was trying to find my black. Wait, what's that color? Oh, that's the Sugarlight. 1 second. Alright, I did not kind of get the waves that I wanted. That's alright though, it still looks pretty gross in there. The blur. We're letting it dry. Got a lot of leftover resin there. That's just shining from the light. I got a little couple leftover froggies. Let's come down and take a look. My board is caving in the center, so it is going to pull into the middle. So I'll probably have to give it a top coat after this one. My camera, it's my OneDrive, and it's affecting my phone as well, so it's turning off. Even though I have plenty of room on my phone, but so use my belly with my apron. So there we go. I'll wait for this to dry, and then we'll get some glory shots. Again, check out the playlist in the description. I want to thank everybody who subscribes to my channel. It means the world to me. I want to thank everybody that watches my videos. That means the world to me as well. That is what helps YouTube and my channel grow. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, maybe think about it. Just aim your camera at the QR code popping up on the screen and point away. Or boot the subscribe button that is down in the description. Also in my description is a buy me a coffee or an Amazon wish list if you are so inclined to help me out. Everything made through those channels are also going right back into my channel to buy supplies such as resin, mica powders, alcohol inks, molds, all that kind of fun stuff. Most of all, it is watching and subscribing. Alright, stay tuned for the glory after shots.